the phases. We have pre-construction, construction, and post-construction activities. Now, when you say you are advertising, is it safe for us to assume that you are done with all the preliminaries, including the engagements with your tenants?
Yes. Please go ahead.
You are done with the tenants. All public participation has been concluded in Lumumba, in everywhere. That's what you're saying.
In terms of the intention to develop, all right, that one we have concluded. What is not concluded is the conversations around the inconveniences, what the chair has been calling the dignity of tenancy and how we are compensating these tenants. Those conversations are pending, as they are for most of the residents who are here. We are yet to, lock down. Are we going to give you a 2-bedroom? Are we going to give you a 1-bedroom? How long is the, eviction notice? How many months do we compensate you to be out of sight before you come back? So those nitty-gritty conversations have not yet been concluded with all of those estates.
Now, wouldn't you agree with me, Chair, that pending conclusion of that conversations, you're poisoning the atmosphere? I think there was an undertaking by the governor last time you were here, Your Excellency, that nothing would happen prior to conclusion of those. I don't know why you're calling them inconveniences, because these are that choice of word is a bit odd, Madam CEC, because these are serious concerns that are being raised by your tenants.
No, and, she's saying the tenants' inconveniences.
Correct.
Being inconvenienced.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I doubt you will classify the concerns in Jericho or Lumumba as inconveniences. These are major concerns. And Governor, we had advanced this conversation where you had gotten to a point where I think you had undertaken in uncertain terms that there would be no agreement signed without these so-called inconveniences having been cleared. But maybe, Chair, with your guidance, we can hear from the residents about these inconveniences. And then,
before even that, the applicant, because I want Governor, this committee is very keen on closures. Some of them will be long-term closures, some will be medium-term closures, but some are certainly short-term closures. And those closures, what I was expecting in that particular brief, I think it's one of the most important briefs that we have had in the entire conversation. What I was expecting is, with Lumumba, this is the timeline we have to conclude on those concerns. These are the ones we've concluded. In the next 2 months, 1 week, 3 weeks, we are concluding on that conversation for once and for all. We are proceeding this way. And remember, I talk also as a political leader, in the sense that I know that a governor's term is 5 years. And the last 1 or 2 years, there is a lot of political activities going on. So we don't want a situation whereby this thing becomes so an open-ended conversation. That we haven't concluded on this, we may conclude on it, we will conclude on it. Is there a specific update on every single of these 5 estates with regards to, just a moment, with regards to where are you at with those conversations with the residents, so that I can be able to open? I think this would be a good point to open up to the residents also. But I'm going to give you just 2 minutes. If you have got that brief, what you have said that you are spending, how long is this going to be pending in your view with regards to each and every of those estates?
Chair, you're giving directions, but just allow us to also try and help if we can. The governor has had his time. He has laid out his case. He has said what he had to say about the estates that he had to speak about. The residents are here. Why can't we just hear from them?
Yeah, and that's what I've said, that whatever the update she has given that Senator Simon has followed up on is a very, very serious update, that we need to have a concrete answer to it. If there is none, it's also fine, because you've got the residents here. But I'm just saying, for 2 minutes, do you have a time-bound update with regards to this agreement?
Chair, where we have a developer, for instance, Woodley, we did conclude immediately on the MOU. The MOU is a fairly standard document which is applicable across the estates. So the minute a developer is is secured. For instance, we have done the documentation, we have signed the JVs, we have signed the form of contract, and all those statutory processes are concluded, and developer is properly onboarded. Remember, it is the developer who compensates, all right? The resources to compensate the tenants for the time they will be out of the site comes from the developer. So until the developer is properly onboarded, you cannot necessarily engage with the tenants, because even the conversations around how much money are you paying them requires the developer to be on board, so that then it's sort of like an agreement. We'll pay you 15,000, for 1 year, or for how long. So a lot of these conversations will move faster once we conclude with the joint venture agreements. Where we have concluded the joint venture agreements, Reed, Woodley, and Kariobangi North, those conversations with tenants have been concluded. The MOUs are just pending signature. Woodley be finished, Kariobangi North, we are just about to do it. So as soon as we are done with these other 5 joint ventures, then we should be able to lock the MOUs with the residents. So that's the sequence of events, and which is why we have not yet fully concluded with the tenants, because the JVs are still ongoing.
Okay, I think this will be a good point to now transition to the residents. And I think the neater way to do it, if you would allow me, our guest for today, I will go estate by estate, and I will first of all just request the chairpersons from the estates to, make a submission or respond to what the governor has said, and then time allowing, I'll then go another round whereby I'll allow the estates to actually perhaps have maybe a secretary or a member who, depending on how you are organized, I'll be fine opening it up to any of the residents members. But let's start with the chairpersons of the estate, and I will start with the Ofafa Jericho. If the chairperson or the person representing the chairperson is here, then I will give you this opportunity to perhaps, let me just see in terms of time. I think 5 minutes is fair, isn't it? I'll give you up to 5 minutes. If you have to share that 5 minutes with a secretary or a treasurer or a member, you are free. This meeting is free, but we'll start with Ofafa Jericho. And remember to reintroduce yourself for the benefit of the governor and his team before you do a submission or a response or a query that you want the Senate to be vigilant on this development.
Thank you. My name again is John Mugoda, Chairman of Ofafa Jericho Residents Association. Excuse me, Chair. May I make an honest request?
Sure.
5 minutes may be too short for us to present. And if we are to start presenting, I would request that Maringo, the way we had arranged it, start presenting, we follow, then Lumumba comes through. If you don't mind, if you can give us at least 10 minutes.
Senators?
That's fine, Chair. I think it would be only fair, given that we on our part have exhausted the better part of an hour and a half.
Yes.
Which hour belongs to the governor. The senators have only taken half.
Okay, I'll give you 10 minutes, but that would mean that just here you spread it. So you were requesting that I start with Maringo?
Yes, Chair.
Okay, please, Maringo, the chair is Peter, right? Yes, Peter, please go ahead.
Sorry, the chair is Shauri Njoroge. There are 2 Njoroges. There is Peter Njoroge and Shauri Njoroge.
Yes, Njoroge.
Yes.
Because Peter was there for the representatives, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Chair. And thank you, our able senator and the Senate Committee for inviting His Excellency, the Governor. We have never met him since we elected him. Anyway, let's start. To be sincere, Maringo Estate. To be sincere, our engagement with the NCCG has been so horrible. First of all, we came at the bottom of the chart when they were finalizing issues. And when we asked them who did the public participation, they never did it in Maringo, and nobody in Maringo was involved. So they were doing is chiefs and estates officers, not engaging the residents of Maringo. When it comes to public engagement, when it comes to awareness, nothing was done. Here we see there were 6 clusters, nothing that was done. When it came to mapping, when they were doing mapping, that's when some road constructions were going on. So they were doing it clandestinely, hiding. And we even asked them, what are you doing? They told us that we are trying to mark the roads. We come here telling you that these people don't come up openly. They come up hiding. Another thing is that recently we engaged the County Assembly Committee, and several issues came out about public participation. We came to notice that they are even doing public participation in WhatsApp selectively in an area where they call it Lot 2. We have 310 houses. They only engage 74 households, leaving out the rest. And when the acting director of housing was asked to clarify, he said that it's true, that they are doing public participation in WhatsApp, but selectively. It's in the hazards. Another thing is that we came to notice that this project is not following the constitution. Even the county acts. Okay, let me leave it to the secretary, kindly.
Good afternoon, Chair. My name is Jalango, the secretary